Printing your photographs or photo books and having a physical representation of your own work can be both challenging and rewarding. But at the beginning, it was not very obvious to me what steps I needed to follow and what things I needed to keep in mind before printing my work. So, in this video, we'll go over some of the lessons that I've learned after printing my photographs and printing a sample of my photo book as well. Hi, my name is Jorge. Welcome. On this channel, we merge creativity and productivity to try to live a more fulfilling life. Sharing your work is a crucial part of your creative journey, but sometimes the steps are not so obvious or not so easy to understand. Whether you want to print affordable and simple photos of your kids and pets at Walmart, or you want to get high quality, large prints and even print your own photo books, there's a couple lessons I've learned about printing my own photographs and my photo books as well that I'd like to share with you today. Let's get started. One of the most important steps of the process comes long before you even edited your photos. I've made a video before about how to calibrate your laptop or your monitor, and you can watch it right here. The idea is to use a calibration tool like the i1 Display Pro from X-Rite or the Spider X from Datacolor and calibrate your monitor or your laptop to try to bring the colors and exposure as close as possible to the printing delivery standards. I know there's people out there that just edit images with their iPhone and using the free editing apps and just post it straight away to social media. I used to do this at the very beginning as well. And I get it, at that point, printing is not a priority for you. It's not something you're even considering as well. The problem comes months or years later after you eventually decide and make up your mind that you want to print your photos. And once you do, the photographs look nothing like your digital files on your smartphone. And yes, the quality of prints and paper matter, more on that later. By that point, the image have probably been already edited and posted in social media, and perhaps you don't even have the original file as well. And now you have to sift through your files and hard drives and find the image and re-edit it and put a lot more work than you intended. So you do need to calibrate your screen and set a delivery standard for all of your images before you edit them. And there's two important things that a calibration tool sets for you. First is the color accuracy. Most people will tell you that you need to get a calibration tool to get your colors straight. The color, white balance, and the tint of your images and your screen. And that is partially true. But color can be subjective. Perhaps you edited a photo and then you print it and it looks nothing like your digital file, but people can still like your image, even if the colors are not the way you want them or the way you edited them. It is subjective. And second is setting the proper brightness and exposure levels. And this is by far the most important thing in my opinion. The calibration tool helps you set the correct screen brightness, and that eventually translates into correct exposure of your images. The recommended range for print work is between 80 to 120 candela per square meter. Like I said, colors can be subjective, but exposure is universal. If your images are under or overexposed, that will greatly affect the overall result more than just the tint or the white balance of your images. So yes, calibrating your display really matters, but it will also vary. Not every display is the same. Not every display has 100% sRGB rating and 100% Rec 709 rating. Not every display has P3 wide color gamut, so it's important to note that calibrating your current display will not make it 100% perfect. But it will go a long way to help you shape and control your end result, so I definitely recommend it. Before I started this printing process, I didn't really know much about paper. I used to think that worrying about paper was just the aesthetic part of it, and that is simply not the case. Professional printing places give you options for a reason. How the paper looks and feel in your hands is very important. For some, it's about trying to recreate the premium feel of magazines and photo books that they used to read when they were growing up. For others, it's about trying to replicate the premium feel of photo books and high-end photographs, which is the complete opposite from cheap photolab prints like Walmart, for example. But the really interesting part is how paper can affect the end result and the quality of your images, and how you may have to compensate depending on the type of paper that you choose. To really simplify it, we can say that in one end we have a generic glossy paper, perhaps vibrant, perhaps high in contrast, but a fingerprint magnet and basically a mirror when it comes to reflections. And on the other hand, we have the completely uncoated paper, perhaps heavier, perhaps thicker, perhaps with more texture. But since it's uncoated, it washes out your images, which may feel like you're losing contrast. It does end up being a trial and error situation. some professional high-end printing places will give you a sample book or a catalog book to see the quality paper and the samples. Some others will let you actually print your own samples of your own images and decide before you pay. And some others will charge you for all of that. Maybe you like a specific paper, but after printing a sample, you realize that the images lose contrast, for example. And now you have to either compensate by adding more contrast to your images or just choosing another photo paper. So yes, the photo paper that you choose really matters, and choosing the correct photo paper really just depends on what you're trying to achieve and what your end results are. It sounds daunting, but it can be really fun and exciting to try different types of paper and see what the results are, and see if you perhaps change your mind. So don't let that discourage you from trying a variety of different things and see what works best for your photography and your style. Choosing the correct photo place is critical, and it really depends on your preferences and what are you trying to achieve. If all you wanted was a quick photo album of your kid's birthday party that you can print at Walmart for a couple bucks, then suggesting you go to a high-end printing shop that specializes in large photo prints for galleries makes no sense at all. And if you want really high-end prints for a gallery, for example, for large prints, for framing your images, for assembling and setting photo books, then going to Walmart makes no sense at all. So believe it or not, choosing the right place can make or break the whole experience and make you want to continue and see it through or just give up along the way. A high-end professional printing shop might provide assistance in the entire process and suggest what's best for your needs and use their experience to your advantage. And a low-end photo lab might just give you easy, fast, and mediocre results. Doing the process online might require you to figure out everything on your own and print multiple tests to figure out what you want, what type of paper is best for you, and charge you for those tests and the shipping as well. But it can also help people decide by simplifying the process, and for some that matters, that is valuable. So regardless of what you choose and which way you end up going, choosing the right place will make the whole experience a lot more rewarding, will hopefully teach you a thing or two about the process and photography and your style and things you don't like and things you like as well. And it will give you great end results, which is the reason why you started this whole odyssey to begin with. So yes, choose carefully. So, those are some of the lessons that I've learned since I started printing my photographs. From the really bottom, low end, really affordable stuff like those images back there, to some of the higher end prints like this, or photo books or larger prints as well. As always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Do you normally print your photographs? Do you go the high end quality route or the affordable low end route as well? Share your thoughts in a comment down below. But that is it for today's video. If you found this video helpful or valuable, please like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and join my free newsletter as well. Thank you very much for watching, for giving me your time and your energy, and good luck with your creative process.